I know you might have not heard of this before, but there's actually a lazy way to study efficiently, and that is what I will share with you in this video. Now, this is contradictory. Why will you say lazy and you're also saying efficient? Yes, this is stuff that I have been doing. Studying doesn't have to be war. Studying doesn't have to be stressful, and that is what I will share with you. If you're coming across my channel for the first time, my name is Basi Ejogba. I'm a 400 level student in the University of Calabar studying medical laboratory science, and in my channel I help students level up their academic game. I share full tips on this channel focusing on personal development. So if you love content like this, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button so I can continue getting updates anytime I drop videos like this, and so that you can help me grow. And just like I've said in this video, I'm going to share with you lazy way to study efficiently. First of all is that you have to understand what is the difference between the passive learning technique and the active learning technique. The passive learning technique is what we have been doing other times in our normal schools, where you just have to carry a book and read and stuff like that. That is what we have been groomed to know about. But there's an actual way of reading actively that feels so illegal, that feels so lazy, and this is simply passively listening to audiobooks. Get to find out that there was a day I was trying to sleep, and I was trying to get a particular concept in biology. I had to go to Spotify and I searched for that particular, was it on respiration, something like that, and I found out that there are audiobooks for almost all the topics in biology. So imagine going to school and you are listening to an audiobook. You just plug in your headphone and you are moving to school. You are getting what the topic is all about. You are getting the definition. Imagine you are getting definition about respiration, the stages of respiration and stuff like that, the organs of respiration and stuff like that. You understand my point? So by passively listening to audiobook is going to boost your productivity. Also, summarizing everything. Imagine getting a textbook and instead of wasting time, you just have to summarize everything. Summarize the key points, summarize what is actually needed. So summarizing everything is also going to help you to study. It's a lazy way of studying, because after summarizing for the first time, you don't necessarily have to go back to the textbook. All what you just have to do is to be going back to your summary notes or your summary textbook or stuff like that, where you wrote down your summary. We also have the famous technique, which is simply teaching someone else what you know. So after you finish reading and you aren't sure of what you have read and you are still skeptical about it, you can decide to teach your younger brother, you can decide to teach anyone that is close to you, and if there's no one there for you to teach, you can decide to teach an imaginary audience. That is what is known as the famous technique. It actually helps you because in the case of your teaching someone else what you know and you make a mistake, you still have the opportunity of going back to your book to see the mistake that you make and see how you can be able to correct yourself. So that is known as the famous technique. We also have the Pomodoro technique, which is simply studying in short focused blocks. That means if you have to study for 1 hour, you can sit down and study for 25 minutes, you have a 5-minute break, come back and study for 25 minutes. Now, the major reason you are studying for short focused blocks is because it helps you release anxiety and tension. Tiredness also, because sitting down for a long period of time actually leads to tiredness. There's no how you can actually cheat nature. You certainly feel tired, you feel tired. So one of the ways is that you study in short focus block. When you study in short focus block, when you are coming back after having this 5-minute break, when you are coming back energized to study for the other 25 minutes. We also have the using of past questions instead of studying everything. I started when I was preparing for my JAM tutorials. What I simply do is that, or when I was even preparing for my JAM exam or for any exam I'm writing, what I simply do is, instead of going directly to my textbook, I start reading past questions. Now these past questions will actually, because that might not be the first time I'm reading that subject or stuff like that. So the past question will actually expose to me the nature of the exams and the format and my weak areas in that particular subject. So instead of just going to the textbook and reading everything, I focus, or I give like 40% of my energy on my past questions. So those are just the lazy ways you can use to study efficiently. I've talked about the passive learning by listening to audiobooks while doing house chores and stuff like that, or going to school. Talked about summarizing everything I've talked about teaching someone else, which is a famous technique, studying in short focus blocks, which is the Pomodoro technique, and the using of past question instead of studying or reading everything. Drop it in the comment section which of these tips you are currently applying, and if you are not applying any of these tips, drop it in the comment section which of these tips you are going to try right away. If you love this video, please don't forget to hit on the red subscribe button, share this video to your friends so that they can come here and get value, and in turn I'll feel motivated to continue dropping videos like this. Until I see you in my next video, always remember that you're wonderful, always remember that you're unique, and always remember that you're a pace setter. I really love you. Thank you.